For 5 hours ran out of flavor.
Recording is on.
There we go. All right. So with that being said, what I would like you to do is I would like you to, I'm going to vibe out for about 30 seconds and I want you to think of the, or not think, I want you to remember and immerse yourself, okay, in the best memory you had with him, the worst memory you had with him, and the last memory you had with him. Why is that? Well, that's because we get the full gamut of emotions. Okay, so the highest point, the lowest point, and the saddest point. Okay, so and if you can do that, I'm going to go ahead and vibe out for about 30 seconds, and while you're feeling that, I'm going to do my part, and then we're going to start the channel. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and go down into it. We're going to drop into it in 1, 2, ready, go, and boom. Okay. We're going to go ahead and wake up from that. Okay. So one of the first things he said, we're getting to this, it says, she thinks she lost me, but she didn't. Very like to the point. She thinks she lost me, but she didn't. I'm like, okay, fine. Hang on. Kiddos. Come on. I know we have a picture with kids, but is it without me she lost herself? What is the connection to you two?
That's my father.
Perfect. Okay. That's why it's so connected. Okay.
I'm his firstborn.
Really? Okay, because he's like, without me, she lost herself. And I'm like,
I'm his identical twin.
that really? Okay, that's why he's talking about we're the same. Hang on. Dad, why'd you do it? Did he accidentally die?
I don't know.
Because he says, why, Dad, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? And he's talking about, he's like, I didn't mean to. And that's why I'm like, did we accidentally die? Is that a thing? Like, that's the whole thing? Okay.
That's what I was feeling today.
Okay. Hold on. But when they found me, so they found him?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, but when they found me, hang on. He said, fuck, maybe I overdid it a little bit. Okay, wait, so he overdid it?
That sounds like him.
He goes, well, fuck, maybe I overdid a little bit, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the personality is going to come out in our session. Okay?
Yes.
Laugh.
Yes.
It's funny. He's hilarious. That's why he was like, she thinks she lost me, but she didn't. I'm like, and he does like this little head thing. And I'm like, all right, fine. Hang on. He said I was deader than a doornail when they found me. So they literally found him like gone.
Really? Okay.
It's okay. Hang on. Okay, I feel like it was something. So he's talking about it being outside sources that killed him. So I don't know if it's like chemical induced or if it's chemical induced. What happened? Do we know? It's chemical.
Okay.
Chemical.
So his talk screen said that he had amphetamines, methamphetamine, and marijuana in his system. But at this point, my dad was very much sober. So this is why me and my grandma, we have yet to believe that he did it.
He did.
Because
he did. Because that's the chemical. Because he's making me feel There's chemical through my body.
So he relapsed.
He relapsed. Because it's not, but it's an oops. It's an oops. It's not a I meant to kill myself. It's an oops. Okay? There's very much difference between the two. Hang on. He said, oh, I'd fucked my heart up for many years before. He goes, do you think somebody with a brain like me could be sober for very long? He was like, I was all over the place. He's like, I resorted to drinking. He goes, but then I became, so he was like, he drank and then he became like a hardcore Christian or like a very sober person. And we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Did he not have a whole lot of teeth? He said, I almost had all the teeth out of my head. Was that a thing?
Yeah, he never really took care of his teeth and then the drugs. He was on drugs for a very long time.
Really? Okay.
I think he said he first picked it up at 9 years old.
Really? Because when he smiles at me, like he has this like gummy smile about him. I'm like, no, you're not fully gone. You're not fully gone. And he was just like, oh no, it like pops back in. I'm like, oh dude. Hang on. Hold on. So shit, my heart exploded. Literally his heart exploded. Died of my own piss and vomit. Had y'all found him after a couple of days?
No. That's I was just not. It was a couple of hours from. We hadn't spoken in a few years.
Okay. So you have spoke because he's talking about with you. He's like a couple of years, but he's talking about with like how he's showing two. Hang on. You just wanted him to get his life right. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. He said, baby. He said, you know I couldn't. He said, you know I went. What about your grandkids? Who are the grandkids?
I've got three kids and my brother's got two, and he has he was there. He held my leg when I gave birth to my son. He was there through everything. He stopped.
He was a big old boy. Was your son a big old boy?
Oh yeah, a big old boy.
Okay, he goes, he was a big old boy.
He was his pride and joy. And now I have two girls he's never met. And then my brother has the son that carried on the name, but my dad passed away before he got to meet him.
Okay, I got you. He said I was the first one to hold him. Was the first one to hold your son?
Yes.
Okay, cool. He's a cool guy. Hang on. He's funny. He's like, I'm still out in the woods. Wait, who's out in the woods? Who's in the woods? Do they live in the woods?
He lived out on a country road, and yeah, they were 5 acres, and that's where he ran.
That I grew up in inner city Houston. We had a backyard that was 8 foot. Like that's as big as we got for woods. I'm like, okay. Hang on. He said I could go out there, I could be naked in the morning and yell and nobody would hear me. And I'm like, okay. Like he's literally showing me like naked. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, sir. Please cover that for me. He's such a hippie. He goes, I was a wild one. Mother loved me. Your mom loved him. And I drove her crazy. So he drove your mom crazy?
Oh yeah, he drove everybody crazy.
And now she's driving her crazy. Wait, so you and your mom, is your mom driving you crazy now? Don't talk to her anymore.
I don't speak to my mom.
Perfect, because she's like, oh, she don't talk to her anymore. I'm like, okay, fine. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hold on. He says, do you know how long it took my daughter to cut those ties? So it took you a long time to cut those ties? Hang on. Wow, he's so interesting. I like him. He's so wild. Like, he's everywhere in every.
Mhm.
Did they shave him? Did they shave him?
Yeah. My sister's mother cut his long goatee. He had worked forever on that goatee, and she cut it off of him after his funeral. Yeah. She had no right to.
He
And
goes,
she did
they
it.
fucking shaved me.
I am so gonna. They fucking shaved me. I knew he'd be pissed. I knew it.
It's because he says I look like a baby with a little. He had a tiny chin. He's talking about how he just looked like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Please tell her about. Sorry, I'm gonna scream a couple times.
You're fine.
Oh, that's so crazy. Okay, yeah. They just he. Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. Sorry. I'm trying to like reconstitute myself so I can like channel again. Oh, hang on. He said the bitch just grabbed it and cut it off and then
Yes. Yes. And those words I can see him say.
bitch just grabbed it and cut it off.
Oh my god.
Their spirit is the same thing. I mean, whether they're dead or not, they still talk the exact same way. Hang on. Did they put him in a monkey suit?
No. He was in his race gear.
Okay, because he's talking about they shaved me and put me in a monkey suit, and I'm like, I don't know what
Oh, well, I don't know, because she didn't let him be burned with his racing gear, so that probably pissed him off.
really.
Yeah.
Down to my skivvies. No, she took everything off of him and just put on like his normal like undies. Like that's it. That's it. That's what he was
Yeah.
wearing. Hang on. He says, hold on. He says, I'm spread all about. They have a little bit of me all about this town. Okay, wait, do you have part of him too?
I have all of him except for my brother has 2 urns because he's going to keep one and then he's going to release him in Colorado like he always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then my grandma has 2.
2. Yeah, he goes, I'm spread all about this town. So that's okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so that's
Yeah.
most of it. Okay, hang on. Okay, wait, do you have him out in a public spot to where you can dust him off and you talk to him when you dust him off?
Yes. He's right above my bed right there.
Okay, because he's like, hey, Dad, what are you doing? You know, you just really.
I do. I put like his funeral pamphlet is in front, so it's a picture. I've got a pink bracelet around it because he went crazy for pink.
Yeah.
I got he loves skulls and mohawks, so I do. I've got his whole like little thing set up, and I add to it.
Oh, I love you. I love you. Hang on. Wait, do you have his shirts? You just don't do anything with them? Do you have those?
Hmm.
Do you have his shirts?
No, I don't have nothing. The ex-girlfriend, has all of his stuff locked in a room. She won't give it up.
He said no. She threw it all away. She's with somebody else though.
Yeah, she's been with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. He says, but that's why she was good for me. So your dad was a little slut puppy, and I like him. He goes, but I meant well. He's so funny. He's so like whenever you said, yeah, she's been with everybody, and he was like, yeah, that's why she was good for me. And I'm like,
because he didn't want to be committed to another, as he called him, snake.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. He's talking about living his own life. Oh my God, I love him. He's so cute.
That's why, like he said, I can't live my life without him. Like, it's hard.
It is. It's very, very. Hold on. He said, "I forgive you not talking to me, but it was really me." So it's like him with you not talking to him. Hang on. He said, "I was hard to pin down. I was hard to hold down. You wanted somebody that was stable, and I couldn't be there." Hang on. Tried to hide the habit. I feel like he'd been doing it for a little bit longer than, because he's talking about trying to get with you and like trying to talk to you, but then he's talking about trying to hide the habit. Wait, did he push it and snort it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because he's talking about pushing it and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He said, "I love my daughter every day." He says, "I do not regret the day she was born." He goes, I held her in my arms." We were much different people back then. Hang on. He's talking about letting the anxiety get the best of him. That's one of the reasons why he went back to it. Letting the anxiety get the best of him. Letting the stress get the best of him. He's very, oh my gosh. Hang on. They see me. They see me. Okay, are your kids very young? Are they less than 5?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
2 of them are. Yeah.
Cool. Because he's talking about they see me. They see me. They see me. Like they see me. Like in corners. Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel it.
Yeah, it's a vibe. He's very fancy free. He's very light. He's very chill. It's more like, and then like turn away from that. It. I like him. Hang on. Did you? You did. Even though I don't deserve it. Okay, do you have a symbol for him, even though he doesn't deserve it?
Oh, I have a lot of things for him.
Do you have markings? I guess markings would be like a tattoo. Do you have that for him?
Well, he's done all my tattoos that I have. Nobody has done a tattoo on me but him.
Okay, that's what he's talking about. She has symbols all over her for me.
This is ours, because this is my thing, because I was a cutter, so butterflies are my thing.
Yeah.
And skulls are his, so he made a big old skull butterfly.
Butterfly. That's why, because he's literally showing me like markings, like like in ink. And I'm like, all right, do we have markings? Do we have symbols?
Yeah.
He
Did my butterflies, and he calls them the red antennae.
That's what it is. Okay. Okay. Wait, he'd been to prison before?
Yeah, he went to jail for a year. Yeah.
It's okay. He's talking about that. I said, where'd you learn it from? He was like, oh, I had to get better than them. I was like, okay, it's fine. Don't worry. My husband's been to prison for 2.5 years. I know all about that. For a DWI. Put that on the record. Wow. Yeah, he's talking about when he's doing those, he's talking about how you're saying, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. And he's like, oh, no, 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 it's fine, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know I got you. He always wanted to color them in with ink, but you didn't want them? Or have you wanted to color them in?
We had so many plans to do it, and then everything fell through because we had that big incident that just separated us.
Yeah.
And I don't want nobody else to touch his work.
Don't do it.
No.
I would honestly say if you ever do anything, do like a watercolor of like how a butterfly would fly away, kind of like a draft. you know,
Mm-hmm.
watercolor on it, but don't touch it. Don't touch it. I want you to watch out for yourself um, this year. Okay. Have you already had the car accident yet this past year?
No.
Okay, cool. Watch out for this year up until like July. It's not a bad one. It's not where like people die, but it's something. Do y'all only have one vehicle right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch out because it's going to be a point where it's like you get hit, nobody dies, nobody gets like seriously injured, but what it does is it's just like, oh fuck God, how are we going to do this now? What are we going to do now? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that type of thing. Know that he's going to be there with you on that. Okay, you're going to work it through. Just let it smooth sail through, but nobody's going to get hurt. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. um so don't worry about it. It's going to be like where it like takes off the front part of your car, but it doesn't hurt anybody in the actual vehicle. Hang on. Um, be careful, but no matter what you do, it's fun. But it's like in a parking lot. It's not like, oh, somebody runs through a red light with screams. And it's just like, oh, fuck, God,
Okay.
this happened, shit. You know,
Okay.
hold on. He said he wanted you out of his life. Did y'all really say that to each other?
Yeah.
Did you really?
We're the same people, and
Mad, abrupt, like I fucking want you out of my
he
life, you fat.
yeah. I was not his daughter anymore. He didn't want to hear about me. He didn't. We didn't speak since 2014.
Really? Because I'm asking him, like, what is the incident? What happened? Like, is there sexual? Is it like somebody destroyed their stuff? And he's like, I don't fucking like. She's like, I don't need you here. Like this whole like, rawr, like this eruption of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but if I wasn't so stupid, he's like, I just needed to love her. He loves you, dude.
That's what I've questioned.
Stop it. Don't question it anymore. Okay? You're never gonna I can only give you so much because you're hearing it from my voice. You're not hearing it from his frequency, but how can a random girl from Houston know all this bullshit, right?
Right. Right.
So know that it's a thing. Don't second guess it and move on and let that guilt and that weight go because it's dragging you down for the future.
Yeah. Right. Right when my aunt told me, I looked at my husband and said it was my fault. I took the blame for the falling out. Mm.
It was him being childish too. It was him being childish too. It's not all about you. You got angry, you got pissed, you got upset about the situation. He could have handled it differently. You could have handled it differently too, in a little bit ways. But you were frustrated what was going on with him.
Mm.
He wanted to come to terms. If you would have taken it any differently, there's nothing you could have done. Okay? And it's literally like a bird's eye view of the whole situation. And it's like chess pieces on a board. How could you have done this? Could you have switched it up? Could you have changed it?
Mm-hmm.
There's not. There's not. So, what I want you to do right now in closing is I would like you, when we get off, to take 5 or 10 minutes and have a good cry, have a good breather, give time for yourself. You may or may not, because he's very light. He's very happy, but he's very light. He's not a person that's going to come in and like stand in your vision and your dream and be like, I am here. You know, it's going to be
There's only been once
correct.
that I've actually seen him, and
Mm-hmm.
he forms into how I last seen him.
Correct. Yeah. But he's not a person that's Like I have some spirits that will come up all the time.
Mhm.
He's very light. He's all around you all the time. It's like air. It's like you can't feel it, but it's always there. It's literally what he feels like. Um, so just tell him thank you. Tell him you love him. Ask him for a dream. Give it about 5 to 7 nights. But whenever you go to sleep, before you go to bed, I don't want you to say, I want to have a dream about you. I want you to say, it will be wonderful when I'm able to dream about you. One is expecting something, one is allowing it to happen. Okay?
Okay.
We want the allowing. So take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, have a good cry, have a good breather. I could read you for forever. You're very complex. I like you a lot. So let me know if you need me. Let me know if you have any questions. Just email me. And if you need me again, email me too. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I
Thank
love
you so
you.
You're
You're
I love
welcome.
you. Mwah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you, baby. Let me know if you need me, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.